So next up, man, we're gonna talk a little bit about I Play Rocky. We talked a little bit about it earlier in discussing Rocky, the 50th anniversary. But the first trailer has just dropped for I Play Rocky. This is the true story of a young Sylvester Stallone refusing to sell his Rocky screenplay unless he would be able to play Rocky himself. And it's directed by Peter Farrelly, who, if many of you don't remember, but is along with his brother, directed films like Something About Mary, Shallow Hal, films like that. And but he will be directing this film. It's scheduled to release in theaters, selected theaters, November 6th, and expand later in November. But this comes 50 years after the original Rocky was released, man. And I had an opportunity to view this trailer, and this is hands down one of the best trailers that I've seen in years. I mean, years, man. I mean, it is phenomenal what they were able to do. Anthony Ippolito is playing, and I hope I'm saying his name right, but Anthony Ippolito is playing a young Sylvester Stallone. And just from the clips from this trailer, man, he's nailing Stallone, man. Absolutely nailing Stallone.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is, man.
But I mean, this like again, this trailer, like everything, the casting seems spot on. Like Carl, the young actor who they have playing Carl Weathers, and I can't remember his name right now, but man, it's just like everyone seems to be so spot on. But you get a sense of it's the story of the underdog, because that's what Rocky was. The story of Rocky was the story of the underdog. And Sylvester Stallone himself was an underdog and just telling this story because the studios did not want him to play this role.
Totally. I mean, and that's amazing because, I did not know, I don't care how many times I've seen Rocky, the entire series of films in that universe. I never knew until I saw this trailer that Stallone actually wrote that film. I never knew that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never
knew.
knew.
Really?
And
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, he wrote it. And matter of fact, like if you watch it in the trailer, he wrote it in like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, it's like 3 days, which is crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, because that movie now, I know the story behind the film and how they did some of the shots and all that thing, all those things, but I did not know it was film. I mean, he wrote it in 3 days, and that that there,
yes,
that story itself, Rocky itself, man, that's a classic.
Facts.
That's a classic. Yes. And to be written in 3 days, man, that's amazing.
It's an Academy Award winning film.
That's a testament. Yeah. That's a testament to the man's ability, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he won Best Picture at the Academy Awards. So I mean, it's definitely one of the all-time greatest sports films ever made.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I mean, backing off, like you said, think about this, what Rocky really meant. And I think for me, I think about the first time seeing Rocky, I mean, you instantly connect with the underdog, but knowing that he fought for his dream and fought for his vision, say no one else it deserves, or not even deserves, but I made this so I can have the opportunity to be on. And I think it's for someone like, as, like me, or, as directors, we fight for our vision. A lot of times, someone else can look at your vision and then think, okay, we can interpret this way. And no, it's raw. And this is me. And this is my story. And so, the idea of you fighting for that, I think that's really big. And I don't want that to us to overshadow, just because obviously the story alone is big and it's about Rocky being made, but the undertone of it is, man, fight for your dream, man. Don't listen to whatever else somebody else have to say. You can make it, and you can put yourself on the top the way Sylvester Stallone did in this project. So I'm excited to see it.
Definitely believing in yourself. That's one of the main things that I take away from it. Is like you have to have a belief in yourself and know what your worth is. And like he believed in it, no matter what amount of money they try to throw at him. He was like, no, I'm playing this role. And I absolutely love that, because it encourages all of us to believe in ourselves, and that there's so much like we have inside that, like, even though the world may not necessarily see it, like we see it within ourselves. And just like I love the fact that he held on to that, and he was not going to let go of, what he saw. and he saw himself playing that role. So, hey,
That's right, man.
you know, again, I'm excited about this film, and I couldn't think of an earlier, but Stephen James is the person from If Beale Street Could Talk. He's the one that's
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
Wells.
Yeah,
He's
man.
killing.
You know, so that's one of the things, man. You know, when you're talking about believing in yourself, you know, one of the things when you're pitching a show or you're pitching an idea, and something that we've definitely learned from talking to different producers and, you know, people in the industry, one of the things they ask you is, why should you be the one to tell this story? You know,
Totally.
you've come up with the idea, you've probably written the script or whatever, you've done all the research into making this the best that it could be. And then they ask you, after all that time, why should you be the one to tell the story? You know, and they want to know that this is not just something that you just say, hey, I want to do something. They want to know that you believe in this with all of your heart, with all of your soul. And if you can articulate that in a way that really opens up the imagination of the person that's listening to you, then, you know, they may be giving you that opportunity to be the one to direct it, to produce it, or even to work on the staff as well, you know, and not just want to buy the show from you or the movie idea from you, but they need that insight that you can bring to it to make it a success, you know, to make it, you know, that thing that everybody is hoping it to be, you know, and not just taking your idea and running in a direction that has nothing to do with your vision. So, you know, think about that to all the filmmakers, all the writers, directors, producers. When you're pitching a show, you know, what is it about you that you should be the one to tell this story? And that's the thing that Rocky did, you know, Sylvester Stallone did in this, and, you know, when he wrote this film, you know, he had to be the one to play Rocky because
Yep.
he knew what he wanted. He knew that inside of him, he wanted not just to be a writer, but to be an actor. And for him to
Exactly.
write this character for himself and say, no, I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to be the one to play this role. That meant a whole lot to him. And then, like you say, Bruce, just watching this trailer itself, man, it's amazing. It is one of the best trailers that I've seen in a very long time, no matter what genre of movie or whatever it could be. This is one of the best.
And speaking on that, one of the last points that I'll make is that, like, you know, I always say this: the job of a trailer is to take your excitement level to wherever it is, whether you're very excited or you have very little excitement for it, but it's to take it to a whole nother level. And just completely, like, I had, you know, no intentions, like I didn't even know about this film, to be honest, but like this made me, like, I cannot wait to see this film. Now it could be terrible, but the trailer absolutely nailed it. And it made it look like it's like an award. This is going to be an award-winning film just from the looks of it. You know? But you know, we don't know. We won't know until we see the film. But man, this trailer was everything for me.
Yeah, I want to say that, like, the trailer blows your mind instantly when you see it, and then for you to say that, and you know the Avengers trailer just dropped, and to know that to say that, you know, the impact of this trailer instantly as soon as you see it, it grabs your attention, man. So
oh yeah,
I wanted to say
this
that
was easily by far better than the Avengers trailer. I mean, and I like the Avengers trailer, but this was like again, this was one of the best trailers that I have seen in years.
Yeah. Hot take.
I
And
mean,
it
and
took
then
again, it took
But
my
I
excitement
agree,
level
though.
to a
I
whole
agree.
nother level.
I totally agree. I totally agree. And then my last thing, bouncing off with Johnny, and this has been my last point, is there's no price on your dream.
No.
There's no price on your dream. So when Sylvester Stallone, they offering him money on that trailer, and he's like, even $1 million won't buy me. You know, they won't stop me from wanting to play the role of Rocky. That's his vision. So that there's no price on your dream. So whenever you think you don't have the amount of equipment, like Bruce told me a while back, you don't have that. If you don't know, that it doesn't matter. Go get it. No matter what you pick up, just go get it. And there's nothing stopping you. Nothing stopping
That's
you.
it. Work with what you
That's right.
have. That's it. Work with what you have, and you know it'll come. Everything will come later on. And I think
That's
that,
right.
like you said, Cruz, that's one of the things that Sylvester Stallone, like, that was his mindset. Like, you know, I'm gonna start with this, and then everything else will come from there. So, hey, I'm excited about I Play Rocky. I know you guys are excited about it. So, what about you guys out there, man? Are you guys excited to see this new I Play Rocky about the journey of Sylvester Stallone and the making of the film Rocky? Leave us your thoughts in the comments.